call the meeting to order at 7:02. And I will do roll call real fast, just a moment. Victoria Knapp.
Present.
Amy Lyford.
Present.
Don Smith.
Present.
Donald McCormick.
Here.
Dorothy Wong.
Here.
Hannah Petrie. Okay. And John Carmody. Okay. And Chris O'Malley.
Here.
Veronica Jones.
Here.
Daryl Aranda.
Here.
Madeline Barber.
Here.
Alan Peck.
Here.
Diane Markison here. Sylvia Vega.
Here.
Okay. So we have 12, it looks like. Okay. So I sent out the meeting agenda at the end of last week. I don't know if maybe any changes to it or if I could get a motion to approve it as distributed.
So move.
Second.
Okay, all those in favor of approving the agenda as distributed, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? I'm sorry, opposed? Okay, abstain? Okay, so we'll go forward with that agenda. And then we have meeting minutes. Amy, did
Motion
you
to
get it?
approve.
What? Daryl?
Motion to approve, correct?
Well, just wanted to ask Amy if it's really Amy's deal.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
did you get any
I didn't
changes?
receive any feedback for any
Okay.
changes or alterations to the minutes.
Okay,
So I would move that we approve them as distributed.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
Okay, all those in favor of approving the minutes from the May meeting without changes, say aye.
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 Opposed? Opposed? Abstain?
Abstain.
Okay, anyone who wasn't here. Okay, thank you.
And thank
Okay,
Amy thank you for doing those. Thank you.
yeah. Okay, so now, before I move on to my report, I wanted to see if Billy would introduce Don to us, who's going to be sitting for him. Billy Malone, who's on mute. Or maybe not there.
There he is.
There he is.
He's
You're still
muted.
on mute. You're still on.
You're muted.
Unmute Billy.
It's his first time being on Zoom, guys. This is his first time.
His first Zoom meeting. What happened? You're still on mute.
Billy, dude.
Chris, can you unmute Billy by any chance? I guess not. Billy, you're still muted. Oh, what's going on? Oh, William's iPhone. Wait, what?
I tried to unmute Billy, but I couldn't. You're still muted, Billy.
Billy, at the bottom of your screen there, if you move the cursor down there, a panel will appear, and over towards the left, there will be a red microphone that is muted.
Yeah, he's been doing this.
We've only been doing this 2 years.
Yeah, we've been doing this 2 years. Yeah, this is not a. This is, yeah. Okay. I'll tell you what, Dawn. We're just going to say hi to you and let you tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, sure. That sounds good. So I just want to thank Billy first and foremost for having wonderful hour conversations with me about Altadena land use and the town council. So I've lived in Altadena since May of 2016. I live here with my husband, Robert. My daughter, Heather, lives with us. She is an educator in Pasadena Unified School District. Robert works in the industry as a camera operator and director of photography. And I am an educational consultant and I run my own corporation. I do work with data analysis, grant writing and reporting and applied research. So I'm happy to be here.
Thank you. And everybody will all hold your hand for a little while.
Thank you.
Can you
we'll
hear me now?
What, Billy?
I just want to say I'm sorry about that. My computer, it wasn't detecting the microphone. So it didn't matter what it is. I'm on my phone. So I want to say thank you and welcome to Dawn. I apologize I couldn't speak before.
And Dawn, I would like to welcome you, especially as I am now no longer the youngest or the newest member on the committee.
That's right. That's right. Okay, so thank you very much, Don. I'm going to do a quick little, I had on the agenda, and then I have one more thing. So I told you guys that I would talk to Ann Hickenbottom about when we were having the ADU sensitivity. I don't know what it was that a month or two ago that was really bad. And I did. I had a long conversation with her, and I explained everything to her. And she told me that what Chris needed to do anything was basically a report that had everything in it, all of the problems, pictures of the problems, and maybe suggestions for what the problems were. Like, I don't know if we move, let's just make this up. If we moved the 4-foot setback to 5 feet, would that solve a problem, right? So anyway, I just wanted to let you guys know that if somebody wants to put that together and let us all sort of look at it and give feedback or something, I'll be happy to help coordinate that. I don't know. I mean, it would be good to get the information to Assemblymember Holden, but I don't know how much good it would do. So I don't know how much change we would get, but it's good to get the info out there. Okay. The other thing real quickly is that Madeline and Alan and Veronica have offered to set up the room for us for July, Chris and Daryl, and because I guess we'll be there. And again, I just wanted to say again that once we go there, we lose any recorded. Yes, Veronica?
Well, we met today, ACAT, and it's not for certain, so we may want to hold off.
Oh, you mean of going back in, you mean?
Yeah, it's not for certain that land use will be going back in. So I just need to wait for confirmation for that.
Okay, so should we just plan then for July here on Zoom? Okay.
No, don't. Okay. I mean, in the next, we should know pretty shortly. There should be enough time if we're going back.
Okay, so then the situation still is that when we go back to the center, whenever that is, July or August, we will no longer have a recorded copy of our meetings, and that's of concern to me, but we never had it before Zoom. So yes, Alan?
Is there any way this could be done in a hybrid fashion?
I don't know.
Is there any way that, let's say, the live meeting could be one phone?
Could be what?
Could be one location. We're each at home now. What if we were all in one room?
Well, I guess it would record the meeting. I don't know that it would show, but we can do a test, Alan. We'll send you up there with somebody with a Zoom meeting and see if we can set it up. We'll do a test and see what we can do. But for right now,
for purposes of recording and everything else that we would lose.
Well, truth be told, before COVID, we never had any of our land use meetings recorded ever in the history of land use. So anyway, okay. So
okay.
I mean, it would be nice if we can work it out. Okay. So now I'm going to turn this over to Madeline and Alan, who have a presentation. They sent you the information out.
Yeah.
Diana, there's a couple questions.
I'm sorry.
Dorothy and I had questions.
You were doing the right thing and I didn't see your little hands. I'm sorry.
That's okay. I agree with Alan that it would be really nice to have a continued recorded session of council and land use meetings, not only for the accuracy of making minutes. It's easy enough to take notes on the minutes, but I actually wonder whether we will have how many people will actually come to the space versus watch what is going on our website, because people are still worried about COVID. we're increasing in LA County. I guess it's flattening out, but we have had increased COVID exposures. And my worry is that people now are used to having a recording. And I wonder if we might gain more access to our constituents by doing a hybrid version.
Well, yeah, and we'll look into that, Amy. Thanks. We will. Dorothy?
Oh, no, I just wanted to obviously echo what was just said here. And, even though we didn't have the meetings before like this, being able to see presentations are much easier in that sort of share screen mode as opposed to getting the projector up.
Yeah, I understand that, but
Yeah.
we'll have a little offline conversation about how we'll work that out, the logistics of it. Okay. Okay, sorry. Now I'm going to go. I'm sorry I didn't see your hands up. I'm going to turn this over to Madeline and Alan for their presentation.
Okay. Hi. Let's see. Today, Patrick Griffin is with Dish Wireless, and he has a conditional use permit, LAX 04418B, for to install a new wireless facility in an existing cupola at the top of the Chase Bank building at 2333 Lake Avenue in Altadena. He will go into much more detail on that, but Patrick Griffin, are you ready to take it over?
I am. Thank you very much, Alan. As Alan said, my name is Patrick Griffin, and just a quick correction, I am actually with a company called SureSight Consulting. It's a infrastructure company that specializes in the wireless industry. And I'm actually here on behalf of our client, Dish Wireless. Just wanted to say thank you to the Altadena Town Council for giving me this opportunity to speak with you here tonight. And if you don't mind, can I share my screen just to kind of keep everybody on page on what we're doing here and what we're looking at? Is that all right?
Yeah, I think you can try it.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I think you're set up to share. There you go.
Okay, very good. So just a quick introduction on what Dish Wireless is. Most people, when they hear about Dish, they always think of the TVs, the large dishes that you see on rooftops. Just want to kind of differentiate. This is part of that company, but in 2020, as a result of T-Mobile and Sprint merging, part of the deal with the government was that they needed a fourth carrier for competition. And so Dish Wireless is going to become that fourth carrier. And the commitment by Dish to the government is that they will have 70% of the public will have capable service by June of 2023. And so Dish has tasked us with helping them build out their network here in LA County. And the property that we have, and just to give you an idea on how it works, just gives us a search rings in terms of where they need to be, according to the engineers. And it's usually about every quarter mile or so. And typically we want to identify sites that have already existing wireless on it. If not, the big thing obviously with planning is just the aesthetics. So let me pull up here. The property that we have identified is 2323 Lake Avenue. It is part of the Chase building. As you can see, there was a cupola extension which houses the equipment, wireless equipment. Most people probably didn't even know there was anything there since they built it out so well. T-Mobile was in this property. They were located in here. That CUP has expired. The T-Mobile, as a result of the merger, T-Mobile has decommissioned, so there's nothing left in it. But we just saw it as a win-win in terms of our alternatives that are out there. There's two other properties within another block or two that could also fit that, the requirement per the engineers. However, let me see if I can pull those up. However, I'll just show you locations here. Oh shoot. I'm gonna have to pull that up. Anyhow, we just saw this as going to be the best situation for us and for planning in general. It's going to have no visual impact change. There's no traffic will be generated, no parking's taken away. There's a technician that shows up probably about once a month just for maintenance, and but it's fully compliant with the municipal code. And so part of so we have submitted a land use application to the LA County. We have been working with Anthony Kurzai there, and he suggested to reach out to the Altadena Town Council for any comments and questions. So with that, I open up for any questions and comments.
Thank you so much, Patrick. Appreciate your presentation.
Sure.
Yeah.
I have one question, and then I have one question from Daniel Harlow. Daniel's question is, he wants to know about the emergency backup power plans, and if most cell companies are mandated to have.
Actually, LA County for this situation is not mandating it. There's certain parts of LA County where they are mandating that, and that's typically you're going to find those in the high fire areas. So out there in Santa Clarita, Palmdale, just because, I mean, it's a great question, just because that is a major concern right now, and especially if these things go down. But at this time, there is no need for any backup power. The nice thing about what Dish is able to do is they're building it, from the ground up, based purely on 5G, and that's it. Doesn't have much of a footprint or anything like that, since it's all cloud-based. But yeah, and typically what you see with Verizon and AT&T, they will have some pretty bulky backup generators there, which can be a threat, but not needed for this location at this time.
Great, thank you for that. And then my question is, how long will the upgrade take, and will there be any disruption to the surrounding community?
Correct. It takes about, after receiving permits and everything like that, it takes about 2 to 3 weeks to build everything out. The great thing about this property, though, is the bulk of it is already built out. It's just basically going to be putting equipment inside there. No one will even notice it. So there'll be hardly anything to look at. But yeah, it takes about 2 to 3 weeks after all said and done.
So you're saying then that it won't disrupt the parking or anything?
Correct. It takes no parking. It's unmanned. So a technician will show up probably once everything's installed. They'll show up about once a month just to do some maintenance. But no traffic is generated at all.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they're asking during the construction, Patrick.
Oh, construction. Usually
Yes.
it's back and forth, but there'll usually probably be one truck, maybe two to three people, but it's not heavy stuff at all. And again, the good thing about it is the conduit's all there. It's kind of plug and play. So that's the great thing about it. Whereas any other facility we were to go to, we would actually have to build out a lot more. So that's one of the positives about this one, I guess.
Okay. Are there any other questions? I can't see everybody, so speak up, I guess.
This is Dorothy. I have a question.
Okay, go ahead.
Hi, thank you for the presentation. So my question is then, this is based on what was there before. Is there more equipment? So in other words, is there more noise or any other sort of impact in that way?
No, a great question. No, there's going to be no extensions, no additions. If anything, there's actually going to be less equipment than what T-Mobile would have had. And the noise is minor. It's not anything that's generated that's significant. So it's scaled down significantly from what T-Mobile had.
Okay, and then thank you. And then these are then antennas. So it's not transmitting as well, or is it transmitting the signal? Because a lot of time it's catching and then sharing, but it's not.
Yeah, it does both. It transmits and receives. Yes.
Okay. from another place that has a larger distribution point, I guess.
Correct. So how they do it is just, it's about every quarter mile or so, there'll be another setup, and they're all kind of communicating so that when you do travel from one part of the street to the other, you do get transferred from one site to the other as you're moving. So it's seamless.
Yeah. So you think it's then covering like a quarter-mile radius of our community?
Yeah, about a quarter mile to a half mile. That's kind of how it's set up. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
Are there any other questions? Okay, did you guys get public? Thanks, Patrick. Thanks, Patrick, for taking that down. Did you guys get public comment at all on the project?
Not yet, but we're still going to be canvassing.
Okay, okay, but nothing for tonight that needs to be.
Nothing for tonight, yes.
Okay, so I think, Patrick, where we are is that we'll see you in a month. And Alan and Madeline will have done some additional due diligence around the area, and then we'll come and we'll vote on it then.
Okay, very good. And in the meantime, if there's any other questions I can answer, feel free to reach out to me by phone or email, and more than happy to get back to you.
Okay, great. Thanks very much. Appreciate it.
Very good. Thank you all.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay, bye.
Thank you.
And I did not receive any public comment from general public comment, unless anybody has heard anything they had to read. No, Dorothy, you didn't get anything either. Okay.
No, and I didn't either.
Yeah. So having said that, 24 minutes later, 22 minutes later, because we started at two after. Does anybody have anything else we need to add to the agenda, or we can adjourn?
I think it's safe to adjourn, Diane.
Oh, just checking. Okay.
Motion to
adjourn.
Okay.
Second.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. Thanks very much. See how smoothly it goes when we all know what's going on. Thanks very much. Take care. Take
Bye,
care.
guys.